Hey guys, and welcome to Learn with Dr. Lisa. In this session, we are talking about healthcare ethics. And again, Learn with Dr. Lisa is just a PowerPoint video that expounds upon some of the topics that we are talking about in the unit. So basically, it's just giving you some more additional information. And this is a rather quick video. So this first slide talks about the type of ethics. We have descriptive, meta, normative, and applied. So descriptive ethics is probably one of the more easier terms to understand because it describes how people behave and or what sorts of moral standards that people say that they follow. So an example would be acting selfishly to help others in an emergency, or the Boy Scout who leads the elderly person across the street. Meta-ethics investigates where our ethical principles come from and what they mean to us. Meta-ethics looks to understand the very essence of ethical evaluations or more statements, such as how, if at all, do we know that something is good? How do moral attitudes motivate our actions? And how do we know what is right or wrong? So an example of a meta-ethical question would be, is it wrong to kill? Normative ethics will examine rather the criteria between what is considered right and wrong. So it looks at the question to determine which action is the better of the two. So if it is the study basically of conduct and reasoning that that ought to be followed or is the best route to be followed. All right, normative ethics. The best way to explain normative ethics is to look at the golden rule. So the golden rule is we should do to others what we would want others to do to us. So based on that statement, we can say, well, since I don't want my neighbor to steal my car or my mail or whatever, then it's wrong for me to steal her car, her mail, or to steal her belongings. Applied ethics refers to the application of moral consideration. So it is ethics with the respect to what we call real world actions and their moral considerations in areas that are, it could be your private life, public life, different professions, whether it's health, technology, law, leadership. So an example of some moral issues, I guess that we are facing now, some moral issues are things like abortion, giving to the poor, sex before marriage, gay and lesbian marriage, and the variety of war tactics that are used. All right, so next let's look at morals and values. So morals relate to the discussions of right and wrong. So morals can be known as moral values, and basically it's a system of beliefs that emerge from our core values. So morals are very specific and they are context-driven rules that govern our desire to be good, for our desire to be an upstanding, upright citizen of society. So they can be shared by a larger population, but a person's moral code certainly can differ from other people's because it all depends on our personal values. All right, so we make moral decisions based on our personal values. So an example of a moral in the example above is determined by a person's value of honesty. So they may believe that cheating is bad. Someone who values success more than honesty may behave by another moral standard where they believe that cheating is fine. So some additional examples of morals include, it is bad to steal candy. So this is based on a value of honesty. Helping a friend is a good thing to do. That's based on a value of friendship. It is bad to skip a workout. So this is based on a value of a healthy lifestyle. Working late at night is a good thing to do. So this is based on the value of success. So saving your marriage is a good way to move forward, and that's based on a value of commitment. So a moral dilemma occurs when morals conflict with one another. For example, what if a daughter couldn't afford the life-saving medicine for her dying mother, but she had access to the medication storeroom? So her core values might tell her that stealing the medicine is wrong. However, her morality would tell her that she needs to protect her mom. As such, the daughter might end up doing the wrong thing, stealing, as judged by her values for the right reason, which is saving her mother as judged by her morals. Okay, morals versus ethics. This slide basically compares morals and ethics. So the meaning is the first thing that we'll go through. So the meaning of morals is the belief of an individual or group as to what is right and wrong. Ethics are the guiding principles that help individuals or groups decide what is good or bad. So morals is general principles that are set up by a group. For ethics, responses to a specific situation. So the root word of morals is mas, which means custom. The root word of ethics is ethos, which means character. And governed by, when we talk about governed by for morals, social and cultural norms. And then ethics, individual or legal and professional norms. Morals deals with the principles of right and wrong. Ethics deals with right and wrong conduct. Applicable to business, morals are not, but ethics are applicable to business. Consistency. For morals, it may differ between societies or between cultures. And then ethics, it's typically uniform when it comes to the consistency. So values are an individual's personal beliefs that they live by every day. Although most values are typically shared by society and different cultures, the importance of the different values, of course, will vary from person to person or even from culture to culture. Examples are honesty, loyalty, fairness, and respect. Values can also be influenced by religion, family, and friends, and values help to form the very foundation of ethics. All right, let's look at some value categories. So the first one is personal values. So personal values are those you take for yourself and which constitute a critical part of your values and are apparent in your attitudes, your belief, and actions. So social values are those which put the rights of the wider groups of people first. So this may include equality, justice, liberty, freedom, national pride, all of which are social values. Political values. Political values are the ideological beliefs about the best way to govern a country or whether it's an organization. For example, through welfare, democracy, or civic responsibility. Economic values are those around money and may include beliefs around the ownership of property, contributing to the common good, which could mean taxes, and the balance of supply and demand. Religious values, of course, are spiritual in nature and include beliefs in how we should behave, include how we care for one another, and in worship. So understand how people hold values in these areas and respond accordingly. Do not cross their values lightly. Showing you have similar values will provoke trust. So although ethics, morals, and values are very much intertwined, they can be distinguished as the following. Values. These are standards that an individual holds as right or wrong. Morals. These are standards that society holds as right and wrong and can influence an individual's behavior. So morals are derived from values. Ethics. This is the study and the system of principle guiding appropriate behavior of an individual or for a group. Ethics is morals in action. All right, guys, this ends this particular presentation of Learn with Dr. Lisa. So thank you and have a great week.